Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back once again to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name's Mark, and today I'm going to be walking around a 2022 Mountain Aire 4118 floor plan. It's a used coach. It's in great shape, and this really truly is one of my favorite floor plans, and why I think it's one of the best units that Newmar makes in its whole lineup. I'll talk about that as I go around. First of all, the Mountain Aires are built on the Spartin K3 chassis. They've got the 500 horse Cummins, which gives you 1,695 foot-pounds of torque. So you got a good power plant here. It's the big chassis, 54,000 pounds, which is as big as they get. But because it's only a 41-footer, a little bit short of 42, it's a little bit lighter, and the empty weight on this one is actually 43,000 pounds. That leaves you 11,000 pounds of cargo, which is more than a lot of the big ones have because, you know, they're heavier to start with on that same 54,000 pound chassis. One thing I want to show you while we're right here, this does have the hydraulic slide out for the generator, which is a nice option that they added in 2022. Easy to access your generator. You've got the 10K quiet Onan diesel. And the other thing, you can see how easy it is to step inside here. If you do want to work on your generator, by the way, there's 85.9 hours. Your windshield washer fluid. You do have a hot water line right up here. Nice thing about that is you can hook up a hose and wash off this windshield. They actually give you an extendable brush over here in the side compartment, but just really easy to access everything. You can see right here you do have the big trucker horns, so if you want to really let somebody know you're there, you can give them a blast. I'm going to go ahead and run this back in. There we go. And then the other thing you see up here is our mobile eye up on the windshield. So you've got your blind spot monitoring, your adaptive cruise control, warns you as you're coming up on traffic. All of the safety features are built into this. Let's go ahead and walk down the passenger side here. You have your camera, three-way camera system as far as a backup monitor and one on each mirror, and you do have a second one on the back and a couple on the side. It's actually got the 360 bird's eye view. And then right here is a holder for a flagpole. So you've got a little flagpole insert you can put here and fly your colors if you're going to watch your favorite NCAA team, I guess. It is that time of year. Heavy duty grab handle with the doorbell and the keyless entry. That's always handy. And you'll see a little later in the video how I'm going to use this. I actually injured my leg a little bit skiing, and if you see me limping or hobbling, just bear with me. I'll get through it. Okay, as we move down, in this first compartment, we've got our Dometic outside freezer refrigerator, and it's on a full pull-out tray. Nice thing is this will pull out far enough that you don't have to worry about your slide holding it up. And this is a dual zone, so you could set one side for frozen food and the other for drinks. And another thing they added this year is this shelf. They had some space that wasn't being used, so this is really a great addition right here, just for, you know, not a real heavy duty shelf, but you'll find it handy for chairs or something. Whenever you open one of these doors, it turns on the LED lights inside on all of them. Now in the second compartment, we have our slide out tray, and this will slide all the way out either side. What you're seeing here on the tray, this is actually a setup for a hammock. There's a little attachment right there, so you can set your leg out and have a hammock right there and watch your TV. Let me run that back in. Like I say, if you want to set your hammock, come out here and you've got a 43-inch Samsung Smart TV with the sound bar right there. Another thing, as long as we're under it, look at the awnings on here. These are the full wall, full length Girard roof mount awnings. They come down and they articulate a little bit. It's about 10, a little after 10, I think. And the sun is at an angle that it would be annoying if this, if these didn't come down and articulate a little bit. So great awnings. And we also have a window awning over here. I didn't put it down because with the main awnings out, we don't need it. But you'll see on the other side, there's actually 3 window awnings. And this is, if you want to, in the afternoon, these awnings aren't out, maybe it's windy and you need some extra shade, you can drop it down right there. Okay, let's move back here to this compartment. Now, that's your center compartment. You do have some components there in the back, your Oasis. That black box actually is for your Tyron rings. This coach does have Tyron. Then in the blue bag, you see we've got a vacuum components. Right here, we can hook up our vacuum outside, clean out our compartments here. Also, you've got a place inside to hook those up, so central vacuum on board here. Another nice thing about these Mountain Aires, number one, look at the height of the compartment. I'm not all that tall, but I can get in here easy enough. You've got 110 outlets. You've got the controllers for your slide outs right here. A lot of times, if you're having problems with it, you can just disconnect it, basically let it reset itself, and in a few minutes it'll take care of the problem itself. But over on this side, well, I guess not a great spot, but you can see our framing right here. This is the Star Foundation, which is unique to Newmar. One of the nice things, right up here where your floor joists are, you can see they're not setting on the main chassis rails. And what that's going to do, it's going to give you a stable ride without the twisting, which could pop your grout or crack your tiles or something like that. So Newmar does that with all its diesels. They add that steel reinforced superstructure in the prep process, and it just makes for a better, stronger foundation all the way around. Okay, this apartment's always got a little pegboard. You could, use it to hang tools. They put a couple of racks in there for oil or gloves or other things. You've got a water tank behind there. That's why it doesn't go all the way through. Take a look at our axles. You can tell that the rear is a steerable tag axle. Now this is a 54,000 pound chassis, so you have a 20,000 pound front axle, a 20,000 pound rear axle, and then a 14,000 pound steerable tag. This will cant 17 degrees when you're under 20 miles an hour and you make a tight turn like in an RV park or maybe you're backing in. Those wheels actually cut down the turning radius by the way they turn. Once you're up over 20 miles an hour, they lock in place and then they're a fixed axle. Okay, this is our egress door in the bathroom. And this is a good place to point out what the flush wall slides are like with the Newmar. All of their slide outs, including these, the fascia tucks inside the edge of the sidewall. As you can see here, that one I can pull in a little tighter, but it's a flush wall slide. The beauty of that is you're going down the road, a lot of the noise you get is wind noise coming in around the slide outs. So with it tucked in there tight within the sidewall, you don't get the wind noise, you don't have the rain and the weather getting driven in there where you might find leaks. So one of the few companies that really truly has a flush slide. In this compartment, we've got our DEF tank. Now, we have a 150-gallon fuel tank here, so there's 15 gallons of DEF that you can fill from either side. But right back here is a unique feature, and you see you've got some air nozzles there, and that is the emergency fill for your suspension system. If you have a problem on the road, maybe you lose your compressor or you lose power and your airbags dump, before you move that, or if you're going to have it towed, you might want to air those airbags up. With a compressor, you can manually air up each one of those. One of the unique things about a Spartin, and one of the reasons the Spartans actually are a little bit of a upgrade on the chassis, they're going to cost you a little bit more. Here's another nice thing I like about the Spartin. They put their water separator, they put their components right here, easy to reach. Here's your master bus fuses. These are your chassis starting batteries right here. As we move around to the back, you can see we've got our 15,000 pound tow hitch here. Got our 7-way plug, and we are already wired in with our CURT brake controller, our CURT Spectrum. So that is set up for you if you're towing a vehicle. Then you also have a hookup for your Voyager. You might have a second camera back on your stacker trailer or something like that. You'd hook that in right here. Like I said, this engine is the 500 Cummins. It's the 11.9 liter L12 they call it. Once you get to this level, they're all side radiators, which are nice because it makes it a lot easier to access the back of your engine. Oil fill here, coolant. You got your, what's that, your hydraulic system. Do have an emergency or a plug right there for diagnostics. This is for our air cleaner. Kind of tells us how dirty our air filter is getting. So as that gets up in the red area, you want to change it. Transmission fluid right there. Everything's just easy to access. And that's the, like I say, 500 horsepower, 1,695 foot-pounds of torque. And that gives you 15,000 pounds of towing. And one of the things I mentioned earlier, one of the reasons I really like this floor plan, most of your Mountain Aires are 45 feet long with the same engine, same 54,000 pound chassis, but you have a longer overhang over that rear axle. On the 4118, it's 3 to 4 feet shorter. So if you are towing something, you don't have as long of an overhang. It makes it that much lighter because you're cutting off 3 feet of steel and frame and coach and everything. So you actually have more power for towing. With the comfort drive steering and the steerable tag axles, it makes it easy to maneuver in tight situations, even when you're pulling your boat or something like that. So like I say, the 4118 just really a popular floor plan. Okay, as we move around over to the driver's side, you can see we've got our side radiator here. Like I mentioned, the side radiators give you better cooling. That's why the big engines use it. The way the air flows here, you don't get the dirt that kind of swirls around and gathers on the back of those rear radiators. Right here we've got another place where we can fill our DEF. Like I say, you've got a 15-gallon DEF tank that you can fill from either side. Same with your fuel. That's just a little cubby hole, maybe for a sewer hose or something like that. Here you can see our window awnings that I put out, and you do have a third one on the other side I pointed out. Just nice electric window awning, give you some extra shade in the late afternoon when the sun's dipping down by the mountains. Here we've got our water closet. This unit is equipped with the macerator, which is this system here, which helps chew up the black waste and pump it out completely. Nice thing about a macerator is you can actually pump your waste uphill. You can also drain it the old-fashioned way with the gravity drain. You can see you've got your dump valves right there. Whole house water filter. You do have your black tank rinse, and new for 22 was a gray tank rinse, which is a great idea. A lot of people asked about having that, and sometimes that soapy water builds up a long time. You just got to get it rinsed out good and thoroughly, and you can do that right here. It's your switch for your SantaCon. Also, you see you've got a monitor panel here for your fresh black and gray tanks. You can turn your water pump on. This is for your city water, or for your auto tank fill if you're going camping. Outside shower, and this is a nice shower. You could actually stand out here and clean yourself off with this one. And then we also have a power reel on our water line here. Power rewind manual out. So everything is embossed in here or etched in, so those letterings aren't going to come off. Just a well thought out water compartment right there. Let's move on down, and in this next one you can see we've got our 50 amp power cord. We also have our surge protector and crossover switch. And then right here we've got input. Maybe you've got a portable satellite dish, or you're going to use the park cable wherever you're staying. You could bring it in right there. This is another nice change they made in 2022. they're using the Chinook Oasis, which is a dual loop system, and you've heard me talk about it before. The nice thing about the Oasis, not only do you have a diesel burner, but you have 2 electric burners. So with those electric burners, in fact, today when I got in this coach, I wanted to heat it up a little bit, but we don't need to be burning our diesel. It's not that cold. I'm just using the electric elements, and they will keep up until you get down, you know, maybe 40, upper 30s. You might want to use your diesel a little bit more, but with the Oasis system, it's quieter, it cleans burner. With 2 electric elements, you can run it longer without having to turn on that diesel. Next to that, you can see we've got our slide out tray, and nice thing about it is they put this button right here. Makes it easy to get to the middle of whatever there is in there you need to get. Okay, this next compartment's got our 8 AGM batteries. That is on a pull-out tray. Now, the standard on these used to be 6 AGMs until you went all electric. You get the residential refrigerator and the induction cook surface. At that point, they give you 8 AGM batteries. Now there are options for lithium batteries, which is a great way to go, but the lithiums are quite a bit more expensive. We've never really had a problem with the AGMs. You just have to change them out every 3 or 4 years. But like I say, right there's your battery compartment, and that's plenty of power. You can actually run one of your air conditioners off your battery and the inverter. And then again, back up here to the front compartment, that's where the slide out button is for your generator. These are all your chassis circuits. Everything here, you've got spare fuses. Most everything is labeled. And then this is an extendable windshield washer. Like I say, when you pull in to get fuel, that's always something you have to think about. And with that hot water hose on the front end, makes it easy to clean that windshield off. Okay, let's, I think that's about it for the outside. Let's go inside and take a look at the floor plan. This is where the heavy-duty handles really come in handy. What is that bell I'm hearing? You want to get the door? I think that's outside. So again, this is the 4118. Let me go ahead and get this off for now. 4118 Mountain Aire. Originally, they made this the same as the Dutch Aire, the same length, the 4018. When they changed that to a 4118, added a foot in the back, it really gives you a bigger shower. It just made it into a great floor plan. You're not a 45-footer, like I mentioned, it's a little bit lighter, but you do have that 500 horse with all the torque. So if you're pulling stuff, this is really a good option if you need the power to pull around Colorado mountains. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the living room area. So this one is equipped with 2 recliners. This year the theater seating wasn't an option, but you could have got another couch there. Overhead, we've got some nice storage compartments. And I like that they're open all the way through. Makes it easier to get some longer items in there. One thing about the big windows here, these are fixed windows, but they're huge. And you actually have the option to leave the valance off or not have the cabinets here, which would give you a lot more room. But you do have windows on each end that open and close, help bring a breeze through here. Over here in the dinette area, this is the little desk dinette combo. We've got some storage overhead. We have a nice deep, work surface here. If you're going to bring your computer or work on the road, this extends out 18 inches. We've got a couple of chairs I'll show you under the bed that match the fabric throughout, and then we do have a file cabinet drawer here for those of you that are going to work on the road. A couple of other drawers. On the other side, there's actually a little pull-out here. Maybe you've got a printer or something like that you want to put down there. And the nice thing is, another drawer there, you've got a place to run your cables up through. So if you're going to work on the road and you want to set something up and leave it that way, you can do that. Okay, across from our dinette, let's take a look at the kitchen area. First of all, behind the passenger seat, we do have our fold and tumble seat. Let me get over here and find a monitor panel. We've got about 5 of these in the living room. And what I want to do is monitor systems, TV up. There we go. So we have a televator here, again, 43-inch smart TV in front of a fold and tumble couch. Now, normally I'd show you, I'm not going to go through the whole motion right now, but as you pull these off, if you notice, there is a strap here that releases, pulls out and makes a very nice double bed, very comfortable, plush foam there. Like I say, you do have the option, instead of the 2 recliners, having another couch over here. Okay, above your couch, we have a little more storage. Place up here for some video components. Another compartment here. Over here in the kitchen area, we do have a little extension, which is nice. And again, 3 pull-out drawers. The drawers aren't all that wide, it's, you know, because of the way they build this extension, but they're all nice, soft closed drawers. Push that button, this gets out of the way nice and easy. Deep drawer here with all of your remote controls. This one's for the bed. It is an air mattress bed. Here is the bracket for that flag holder. And then you've got your wrenches for your water filters and so forth. Some touch-up paint is always included, the 3 colors of the outside. Again, like I say, all soft closed. You have a dishwasher on this unit. Of course, you need 110 power for your dishwasher. Here is your induction cook surface. And the nice thing about true induction, any metallic pan, anything a magnet stick to works. That includes cast iron. But you can also pull this out. Maybe take it outside if you're, you know, cooking the fish you caught that day and you don't want the odors inside. Easy way to take that outside. And there is place for storage. I'll show you when we're underneath the sink for these tops. You have a nice cutting board. And even though this is a used coach for a couple of years, I don't think anybody uses those cutting boards. Over here we've got our large single compartment sink, stainless steel undermount sink with a pull-out residential style sprayer. And this one does have the kitchen window, which is a nice feature. And it's a big enough window that it lets in a lot of light. You can really see things out there. Around our microwave, that's maybe for spices or something small. We do have a convection microwave. Very rare to see an oven in these anymore. Over here, we've got a pull-out here, and this is a nice feature for any of you ladies or anybody that's, you know, not all that tall. Sometimes it's hard to reach the back, so I like having this pull-out here. Then underneath, we've got a pull-out for our trash can, and I don't know if you can get a good shot, but there on the left, you can see they've got some carpeted little holders there for your covers on your induction cook surface. This is also has the soft close feature, so you don't have to get down on your hands and knees to reach those items all the way in the back. Another tiny compartment there and here. These compartments or areas might be small, but you will find a use for it, I assure you. Little place here for your scrubbies or soap or dishcloths, things like that. One more compartment here. And as you look around, you see these panels everywhere. So, you know, this is for my kitchen lighting, my overhead lighting. I might want to go to my TV up and down right there. Let's see, we've got shades. I might want all of my kitchen day shades. Let's see. There we go. So behind the TV, actually I'm dropping all the kitchen and living room day shades right now. Can do the same thing with the night shades. I'll go ahead and run those day shades up. So you can control these individually. Most of the time when I'm doing them, I'm dropping them. It's nighttime. I'm going to close everything all at once and open them up all at once. Let's see. Bring those back up. All right. Let's move on. Here we've got our, it's a 19 cubic foot residential style refrigerator. Plenty of freezer space down there. Beside the refrigerator, we've got a nice pantry. And these you actually have to push out or push in to release them. But once you push them, they lock tight. And they are adjustable. You've got, what, 6 drawers there. And it's a pretty wide pantry, actually. Across from the refrigerator, we have our half bathroom. And let me get these lights on. And there's our mirror lights. I will just let you get a, well, first of all, before I step out, I'll show you this one. This is fuses and breakers. So your 12-volt fuses are here, your 110 breakers. If you have something that's not working, make sure you always check those first. Actually, it's pretty roomy with the sink here and the countertop. I'm going to open these up, step out of the way, and let Jody show you a little bit of the storage in here. I don't know if that'll stay open or not. And it's nice to have that feature when you're traveling. You don't have to roll over the bed to get to that rear bathroom. If you have guests, they don't have to walk through your bedroom to get in and use the bathroom. Also, as long as we're right here, here are the input for our vacuum controls, our hose there. Over on this other side, we actually have this where you can sweep up to it, flip that up, and it's got a suction there to sweep all the dirt in. Okay, moving back into the bedroom. So we've got a king bed, and this is the Sleep Number air mattress bed with pillow top. Really a comfortable bed, and you've got dual controls there. And then underneath, those are the 2 folding chairs that you might use at the dinette if you have company. You've got really good storage down here, actually. One of the things Newmar did this year on the Mountain Aire is they moved your 110 outlet and your USB ports down underneath. But each side of the bed of the pedestal, and there's a place right here that's open. You can run your cords up here and leave it plugged in if you want. But you've got one on each side of the bed, so if you have a sleep machine or something, very convenient. Little storage here. You do have a 110 outlet up there, and you've got access ports over here on each side also. Oh. Well, I must have my reading lights off. Excuse me. Across from the bed, before we show you the cabinetry, let me show you a couple of things here. We have these silverleaf panels throughout. Now this one's a little bigger. These are more lights, shades, your wall monitors. This is the one that duplicates what you have over the drivers. But you can see climate. If I go to my Oasis, you can see I've enabled the electric elements to provide some heat, but I'm not using the the diesel burner right there, our AC power. We've got our inverter on, your awnings outside, our 110 awnings, and since we're not plugged in, generator's not running, we're going to run those off our inverter. You can monitor your DC power and so forth. So all these settings are right here. This is the switch for your awning outside the bedroom window, your slide out switch here. And then next to that, you've got a couple of shirt storage areas on each side of the TV. Another one over here. And then underneath, we have 5 pull-out drawers. And these are actually fairly deep. And these all have the soft close feature. Over on this side, one of them is left for video components. Now, so many people are streaming now, they're not always going with the satellite. Okay, back here in the bathroom, and here's one of the great changes they made in this floor plan. It's your shower. If you recall the 4018, I think it had the radius shower. It was quite a bit smaller, but not only is this a bigger square shower, but I love the tile work in here and allow me to work my way in. The teak seat is always handy. You have your water miser system right here. This helps save your fresh water, and basically you're recycling your water as it's heating up, so you're not wasting it into your gray tank and using it unnecessarily. Once it gets warm, that turns red, you flip the switch. You have your choice of 2 shower heads, 1 hand sprayer or the overhead rainbow style. Nice big grab handles inside. And again, if you've ever tried to do tile work yourself at your own bathroom, this is beautiful. It's hard to beat it. Not that mine's lousy, but I like this much better. Okay, over here, I have a little linen or clothes storage area. And then on this side, we have more wardrobe with a safe in there. Okay, and then now if you get a 43 to 45 footer, you'll have a double sink in most cases. On the 40, 41 footers, you'll only get a single sink. But actually, this is very roomy. Look at the size of that medicine cabinet. You do have a 110 outlet in there, so if you want to leave your razors or hair dryers or whatever plugged in, you can. A couple more nice storage drawers. Plenty of room underneath there. Of course, they always have the stackable Splendide washer and dryer. And then there's actually even more storage over here. You got a pretty big cabinet above and able to access all the way back down on the floor level. This actually lifts up to make it easier to get some of those items. And then this is our emergency exit door. Now, the nice thing about this egress door, once you have it open, if I pull this panel down, there's a ladder, a piece of Velcro holding it in. You drop it down and you can climb down a ladder to get out rather than having to struggle through an emergency window in your bedroom. And in fact, this part even pops off quite easily if you're a large person and you need the extra room to get out. This is one way. Nobody can open it from outside, and just a great feature. If you have a fire up in your generator compartment or something, heaven forbid, you can get out this way quite easily. Okay. Well, I guess that's about it. And one thing I didn't point out, all of the Newmars put a nice designer ceiling in their diesels, and basically you're covering your air conditioning vents, which are right here. Just a great looking ceiling, very high-end look. This is the Glacier glazed maple cabinetry with the high gloss. pairs well with the flooring, the Avalon colors. Just a great looking 2022 low mileage Mountain Aire. If you have questions on this coach or anything else, please reach out to me. You can call me at 970-631-0083. Feel free to text, call, or send me an email at mlove@transwest.com. Until next time, drive careful out there. Happy trails, my friends. Enjoy the day.